You are listening to chartingwealth.com for Wednesday, the 2nd of September, 2015. We are starting, as we always do, with IYY. And what do we see on our two-day chart? We've talked for the last many days about how bizarre the chart looks with the huge down move back on the 24th of August. Now that we're into September, what do we see happening on the last two-day candle? Well, it is a big indecision candle. In fact, the market has tried moving up. It hasn't recovered near the top of the two-day down candle on the 24th. That encompassed both the 21st and then Monday. That was Friday the 21st where it first started going down substantially. It also went down on the 20th and then the 24th. And then, of course, we saw an attempt at a recovery, the 26th and the 28th. And then the candle for the 1st of September is what we call a doji. The bears and the bulls were fighting it out, and we've got a lot of indecision. If we break that down and move into the 4-hour half-day chart, what do we see? Well, it looks like the market has tried to recover and then has started to roll over. We don't have that confirmed yet. We are not yet crossed over going down. It could bounce off, so we don't have a crossover on the MACD. The derivative oscillator is losing its energy and speed, so we'll continue to watch. Now remember what happens if we cross over going back down, then we're already in a down move on the two-day chart. So we'll look to see continued down movement if we see that crossing occur, and it hasn't happened yet. Don't jump the gun and get hammered. Now, let's go look at SPY. What is that? Well, that's the Standard & Poor's 500. IYY is, of course, the total market. Woo, look at what SPY has done. Huge down moves on the 24th, more down moves on the 26th, an attempt to recover on the candle there on the 28th that ended the week, and then at the start of the week, we've got down moves on this two-day candle for the 1st. So what do? Well, we are crossed over going down, of course, on the two-day chart. Let's backtrack a little bit and look at the 4-hour chart and see what happened over the day. Remember when we talked yesterday about the day of indecision on the 1st? Well, on into the 1st of September. What did we see? Well, we saw on the 31st all that indecision, and then, of course, today the down moves. On Tuesday, still close to a crossover, but not quite on a down move. And again, remember, on our two-day chart, we're in a confirmed down move. So when we see that 4-hour chart parallel that and start moving down, that's when you might wish to jump in. So continue to watch. And again, we're not a stock calling service. We would encourage you to possibly look at buying on your virtual trading account some type of inverse S&P 500 if that's what you want to do, or just stay out of the SPY, that is the S&P 500, in the meantime. That is if you don't want to go short. That means you think the market's going to go down, and these inverse funds make money just like puts do on the S&P 500 when the market goes down. Now, let's go to the Qs. The Qs is, of course, the NASDAQ 100. What do we see here? Well, not quite as much of a down move on those big S&P stocks. We saw the huge down move on the candle for the 24th, and again, this is the two-day chart. We saw up moves on the 26th and on the 28th. That was ending the week, and then for Monday and Tuesday, we saw on the two-day chart, we saw down moves. And again, this is the two-day chart. Not a huge down move. Still, everything's contained within that big down candle from the two-day candle on the 24th, but we do have a spinning top indecision. We have a red spinning top. The derivative oscillator has lost some of its downward momentum, but the MACD is continuing to move down, pointing down on both the signal line, the red signal line, and the moving average convergence divergence itself. Now, let's look at the 4-hour chart. What does it tell us? Well, it shows us again lots of indecision on Monday and then down moves on Tuesday. Still not crossed over going down yet. We do see the derivative oscillator losing a lot of its speed, and of course the 50-period moving average consequently moving down with the market. So Let's continue to watch, see if that crossover occurs, parallels the down moves as it did previously. If you remember, we had an up move and then a crossover going down. If you had gotten in around, sometime the afternoon, morning of the 20th, you would have done very well if you were in a down move at that time. So let's see what happens. Was this a dead cat bounce? As the market tried to bounce up, is it about to move over again? Of course, much stronger on the S&P 500. We'll just have to wait and see what the Qs does. So that's where we are on our three indexes. Now let's go to gold, see what gold's doing. Oh, and just for the record, the NASDAQ 100 down 3.13%. The total market down almost 3% at 2.93%. And the S&P 500 2.98%. So again, almost 3% down. Now let's look at gold. It's up 0.35%. What is gold doing? Broke its two-day trend line back on the 24th. I'm sorry, the 26th. It broke through. Continued on the 28th, and then on the 1st of September, we've got a green spinning top. So what's going on the 4-hour chart? Let's check that out. 4-hour chart shows, not quite. Man, we've got a lot of indecision in the market. We don't have a crossover yet going down on the 4-hour chart on any of our indexes, and we don't have a crossover going up on gold. We do have the derivative oscillators flipped over. Little early for us. We like them to both go at the same time. That occurs. It's not necessarily a great sign, but let's watch and see what happens. Gold was technically up 0.35% today. It was up in the morning, down some in the afternoon. It finished the day up for the day. So we'll continue to watch gold. We'll continue to watch it. Everything is uncertain just yet, so jumping in early can get you hammered. So be careful. Let's watch what happens as the markets open on Wednesday. It will be an interesting day. Hope this has been helpful to you. We always love having you with us at chartingwealth.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Follow our Instagram. I think you'll like the things we post there, some motivational stuff. Plus, we give you a little 15-second chart every day. You can see a chart and see what's going on. Sign up for our newsletter at chartingwealth.com. Give some feedback. We love to hear from you. We wish you the best in your investing from chartingwealth.com.